What's good, everyone? This your main correspondent, Alan Taylor, and I'm back in the broadcast room yet again. And yes, this is what we at here. So apparently, this young lady here is deciding to speak upon Shannon Sharp's situation from a white girl's perspective. And she has a lot that she's going to say. Listen, look, we're going to dive off into this, and we're going to check some things out here. Quarters, nickels, and dimes, people.
As a white girl who has dated black guys since the age of 15, I feel like you guys need my perspective on this Shannon Sharp shit, because everything I'm seeing is like white women are fetishizing black men. Like the Shannon Sharp stitch, like the girl said something about, I want your black baby, right? I have had black men come to me and say, I want you to have my black baby. Not, I want you to have my baby. That's the acceptable response. No, I want you to have my black baby. And I have had black men ask me to say very derogatory things in bed. Yeah. So part of it is not that white women are fetishizing black men. It's like the opposite. And I feel like this isn't being talked about.
I think it's both. I think it's both.
So what the French toast is there to think about?
Because, I mean, let's just be honest here. Everybody's not a monolith. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, she may be meeting a certain type of black guy that's saying certain things to her, where a white girl may be meeting a black guy and she's saying certain type of things to him about stuff. Like, I think these fetishes and things like that do go on and in some of these interracial relationships and things like that, regardless of what culture you come from, what race or whatever, yeah, I think they do. And points are being proven right now. Like, with the situation with Shannon, we heard the footage and stuff. I mean, we heard the video, audio, things like that. And, from what she's saying here is that she's had black men to come to her and be like, have my black baby. And, it just is what it is.
About, and I don't want to get any hate for this, guys, because this is my personal experience, but I've had more black men than not mention race in our relationship as like a king. I don't know. I don't even know if that's like the right way to describe it. But there are some black men in this world that I think like want, I don't know if they want to reenact. I don't know if it's like a power trip of like, I don't know, but I just feel like that piece is important to this puzzle.
Yeah, they want to reenact. Oh, you talking about when Master goes away and that big buck in the field that's been picking cotton all day sneaks up to the big house. We gonna disregard what's Samuel Jackson and Django, you know what I'm saying? We gonna disregard him. We gonna sneak around him, you know what I'm saying? We gonna get the old Becky up there, you know what I'm saying, and see what old Becky talking about. Old Becky want to lure you in up to the third floor of the big house. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. She want that big buck in the house. It. Hey, but I'm sorry, but I can see how fetishes will go down with some of these scenarios. Be it the woman wanting the fetish or the man wanting the fetish, I can see how it goes down. Listen, look, all right, we're gonna keep going because she got a little bit more to say. It's crazy out here, people, and this is as going down. Listen, look, let's go here now.
I'm glad you asked this because even though I've dated mostly black guys since I was 15, it is not my sole preference. The only thing that I have like around my preference is that I don't date white guys. And a lot of people automatically assume, oh, she just dates. But no, like I will date Asian guys, Hispanic guys, Middle Eastern guys, Indian guys. I will date every other ethnicity besides white. And the deeper that I dig on this, it's definitely childhood trauma. Like I got made fun of so much in middle school and high school. And I grew up in the white estate. So it was only like white boys bullying me, right? And I think it like subconsciously created this thing where it's like, I just don't fuck with them. My first boyfriend was white, second boyfriend was black. And the way that people treated me when I started dating the black kid, crazy. The things that they said about me, about him, insane. That kid also ended up getting shot and killed. Like totally random, was like wrong place, wrong time. And I went to a party that summer, and all of the white boys that were at my school were like, "Oh, like, what did you expect? Like, he's black and he just deserves." And it's like that.
What? Whoa.
So what the French toast is there to think about?
Hold on. Damn. Hey, y'all getting the inside look around here. It just is what it is, though. You know, let's not get offended. It just is what it is in each culture. You know, we have in black people, we have our own tropes and things like that. You know, I've heard I've heard things too, just like she heard things growing up as well. And this is the dynamics that we're dealing with here in the United States, especially with these racial issues and the history of this country, you know, slavery, all types of crazy things, stuff like that. But you know what I'm saying, for you know, she gave the dynamics on the Shannon Sharp situation. Yes, those fetishes do exist. I don't care what culture, what race. You know what I'm saying? It's fetishes for, you know, certain men of races, whatever, for Asian, Filipinos, what you know, it's fetishes there. You know, not all men, because nobody's a monolith. And the thing of this is yes, you know, you have to peep out who's actually just there for the fetish and who's actually there to try to build something genuine. And yeah, it does make a difference. But you know, at least she's willing to admit the things that she's been through, and as far as her trauma and stuff like that, the reason why she's not willing to, you know, date, you know, white guys and things like that, from, you know, from her past. I mean, for what she dealt with in her past. Let's keep going just a little bit. Let's check this out.
That stuck with me so fucking hard. I think that was honestly the turning point where I was like, I'm never fucking with a white guy again. Like, there was just this level of like out of touch with reality, out of touch with what women, like any minority, women, people of color, fucking people with disabilities, like there was just this, I think, this privilege that I saw in white men, and not all of them. I'm not gonna like lump them all together, but at least the ones that I grew up with, that like it just completely turned me off. I just could never. It's not to say that I couldn't end up with a white guy, but it's like now I have a mixed kid, and like there are just certain values that I want to instill in her that like I don't know if like a white guy is going to be able to raise her the way, you know what I mean? Like now it's just deeper than that. But that's long.
Wow. Listen, look, yeah, that was the end of it. Sorry. Jesus. Okay, so yeah. I mean, it's kind of at that point, you know what I'm saying? She gave her testimony on the back end about what she went through, stuff like that. But in the first, she talked about the Shannon Sharp situation, about the kinks and stuff like that, that, you know, we all as humans have, you know, definitely in the bedroom, stuff like that. Some are minor to non-existent. Some are overboard and beyond, you know, out here like, hey, you know, nobody's a monolith and things like that, though. She also, you know, broke it down to the point to where, you know, she was like, you know, she kind of understands, but she knows she has trauma and stuff like that. At least she's willing to admit it. A lot of women do not admit that they have issues from their past and things like that. At least she's willing to admit that she has issues, and she seems to be trying to work on them because she's admitting them. You know, that's the first step to working on any issue, is that you're admitting the issue. But yeah, though, I'm glad to, you know, hopefully this situation, you know, with Shannon Sharp kind of breaks down a lot of things for everybody, because, you know, shit has hit the fan. Man, it's crazy out here dealing with this Shannon Sharp situation. And it just is what it is, man. You know, we all heard stuff like that. We pretty much, we know Shannon Sharp got set up. It just is what it is, man. And but from her standpoint, I get it. In society and life, dealing with, you know, race to race, things like that, they're going to be people that are going to have fetishes and kinks, and they're going to be a segment of people that doesn't have the fetishes and kinks, and that actually, you know, genuinely are choosing their significant ones because they actually, you know, have love and actually want to be with said person. But it is what it is, though. Shout out to all my subscribers. Man, love to y'all. If you're new to the channel, please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Make sure you ring that bell to be notified whenever I decide to post things. And like I always say,
and that, my friends, is the bottom line.
That, my friends, is the bottom line.